And good Sunday morning to you all. My name is Russ.
I'm Kerry. Good morning.
We are the roads we roam. It's a beautiful day, so we're able to do it outside.
There's sun.
Yes, all kinds of sun. And Kerry's going to get hot, but I'm not because I've got my super cool hat.
I don't know about that.
But
we shall see.
Look, it looks cool.
Do you want to know who's in the room?
Yes, let's hear.
We have Jim, aka Eagle's Nest. Good morning, Jim.
Hey, good morning, Jim. Thanks for joining us.
We have 3 for the Road RV.
Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Donna Delahunty.
Donna. Great to have you, Donna.
This one you haven't heard in a while. This Stacy Forrest.
Oh, glad to have Stacy with us.
She's been out having
too much
maximum fun in her Maximus Fun little guy Max.
Yes, yes.
She's gone out on 3 trips so far, and this morning she is having something that I want right now.
What's that?
A salted caramel iced espresso.
Wow, I've got a plain old black coffee. Makes me feel lacking.
I know, we just have old Dunkin' Donuts brand. That's just like A game level.
I did have cold pizza for breakfast this morning though.
That was good pizza.
Yeah, we did a pizza. We're gonna be doing some
food reviews
for some restaurants here. So we had our first try at, well, we've had it before, but for the video, we videoed it, and it was, what's the name of that place? Wild West Pizza?
It's really
outstanding.
One thing I want everybody in the room to know, if you notice, we named this, or the title is Coffee with Kerry and Russ, and the coffee is spelled a K.
Mm-hmm.
We can thank Stacy for that because she came up with that idea really early on in our early days.
Yep.
And she has also warned you, we're on her TV.
Oh boy.
So she can see your big hat in big style. So she's in Kentucky. Donna's in Arizona. Let's see, 3 for the Road RV said they're in Utah.
Oh, very cool. Kind of close to us.
The Montana Project, I just sent you a follow-up email. Oh, speaking of, so you've heard Russ doing his pleas for people to leave us messages with our audio messages. And when we first had it set up, we would get email notifications whenever one of those audio messages came. And we weren't getting any. And so poor Russ was sad.
I thought we were just left out in the cold, that nobody was leaving email voice messages, and come to find out they were. We just weren't getting them. So Montana Project, I will take you up on that deal. That hat is yours, and we are going to send that out. Like I said,
it's
Kerry.
going tomorrow.
Yeah, Kerry sent you an email on that.
We have Dennis Throckmorton from Des Moines, West Des Moines.
Thanks for joining us, Dennis.
Natman Allen, what's up?
Hey, brother Shaka. Aloha, brother.
Chuck is here early. Rise and shine, early morning,
What is
boy.
Chuck doing up so early?
I don't know.
Comedy shows,
full-time work. Did he not have a
work.
show last night?
He must. Yeah, he must go to sleep earlier now that he's house living for a little bit.
Yeah, getting soft there, boy. I don't know about that. What?
Something sticky down there.
Oh. Your mom's here. Hi,
Hey, Mom.
She said, hi, guys. Just watched The Little Fox Visitor.
Yes.
Oh, there's now 2.
Yeah, they come back from over this way. And it's always in the evening at like 6 o'clock when I feed the dogs. So.
Well, they hear the food rustle, and they want to know where theirs is.
Yeah.
Susan's here. Hi, Dave and Susan.
Oh, hey, Susan.
They're on their way traveling back from Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Dave is driving, so be very careful. But we're glad you were able to join us.
Yeah, and we're so sorry for your loss. Thank you for joining us. We gave you a little message with hopes and prayers sent your way, and a lot of other people in the Friday wine sent you prayers as well. So safe
Mr.
travels.
Steve Turtle.
Hey, Steve, thanks for joining us.
Well, he's working, but he's being really good. He just sent us a message to say he's going to catch us on the replay, but he wanted to say hello. So thank you, Steve. We don't want to jeopardize your work. We know how that goes. As it is, I've got to fly right at the end of this. As I've mentioned before, my work camp job, the bosses are great, and they've been able to work around the live streams. And they said just get in right as soon as you wrap up, and that's been working out great. So as long as I don't take advantage of that and stroll in really late, they'll keep letting me do that. Stacy said, I need my sunglasses to see that hat. It's gloriously blinding.
You know, the sun is coming right in on it, but
you know, your hair is dark. You could stop blinding people. And
I gotta wear it. It's cool. It's super cool.
Should have got a black hat.
Well, I want to get the slouch hat, which is what the cavalry wore. And
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same thing with that slouch hat.
So I have to go through a whole other hat decorating session.
But that one will be even more super cool because it's just like the cavalry hats.
Lewis is here.
Hey, Lewis. Thanks for joining us.
Now, it's Sunday, so he didn't bring his friends, Jack and Ice Cube. He's got connections, you know. Hey, Two Doves is here.
Hey, guys.
Oh, I saw your message right before we went live. And so they are in the vicinity. They're getting their way. They're going to be starting their work camp opportunity here any day now. Yeah,
we were busy setting up it's really difficult to get a hold of us when we're getting ready just before live because we got to make sure the Wi-Fi is good, the audio with the mics are good, and lighting and that sort of stuff. So we apologize.
Oh, and I had kind of a issue. So we've got to do some investigation. Because the other day I went to go use the microwave and a big blue zap and a crackle inside. Now there was nothing metal in there. We checked, double checked, triple checked, turned it off. I've been afraid to turn it back on. Well, then today I went to go turn on my blow dryer and
there was a hum.
Yeah, I was just talking the other day about how happy I am I get to use a blow dryer, and it's got this weird hum, and I didn't let it run more than 5 seconds. I was really worried about that. So we're going to have to do some investigation.
Do a little bit of research. If we can't figure it out, we'll call in an electrician to take a look.
So if anybody kind of has any thoughts on that, we would love for you to leave comments below so we can investigate it after the show.
Yep.
We've got Susan said thank you for the comments, and they could feel the prayers and the thoughts coming their way. So
very
good.
happy.
Thank you. We see this as a family and friends, and we're all connected. So if we could just even make you smile for a half a second through all that, we're glad we could do that. Let's see. Kenny McLaughlin. Hey guys, nice to see you.
Hey Kenny, thanks for joining
Kenny.
us.
Thanks for joining us. Happy Sunday. Donna said your hat looks good, Russ. No worry.
Yeah, I love this hat. You know what's funny is on Saturday's video, I didn't even try, but I adapted some Southern accent when I was talking about it. Did you hear that? I got my chords, I got my 7th Cavalry.
Woo-wee!
Yeah. Well, that was on purpose, but I was listening to it. I was like, why did I get that Southern accent? I must have been knowing I was going to do that. Hoo-wee!
Have no idea. Yeah. Mr. Bill T, are you out of the hospital yet? I want to know.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Bill. I hope you're doing better, and we missed you, buddy.
Yeah, we have. He said, sounds like the magnetron blew in the microwave. I didn't have a transformer in there. Like, it sounds like magnetron. Isn't that the name of a transformer? Dude?
I have, yeah.
I'll have to YouTube that, or video.
That could be
Google that.
Knowing Bill, that could be a joke, or it could be real.
I think he's serious on this one.
Yeah, Bill is one of those guys that you're like, is he kidding with me or not?
Nat man, throw out the microwave. Ta-da, more storage. You know
what?
Thought of that?
That was the plan. We were actually going to get rid of the microwave and get a new one. I said, we'll just get a new one.
Yeah, because now that I have the oven, I use that, but I might get a toaster oven. Because
why? We have an oven, so you don't need a toaster oven. I need a microwave.
All right, fine.
You know me. I got
a zip.
Cooking for me is beep.
Oh, this man is hopeless. I'm gone for 4 hours at work, and he calls me and he said, I'm starving. All I could make was a bologna sandwich. And I'm like, there's stuff in the fridge you can cook, you can make. And
not for me.
He's going to survive on bologna sandwiches if I ever die.
Keyword is cook.
Yeah, true.
I can't.
But microwaves are no bueno from Two Doves. See, we could do without a microwave. I think so, as long as I'm ready. Okay, we're getting a microwave.
Microwaves are muy bueno for us.
Natman said, Southern accent? You mean Big Island accent? Now see, and he picks up.
I was going to jump into Pigeon, but never mind. Everybody else would be like, huh?
So see, Donna said she never uses the microwave as well. Now in the little guy or the tab, if you don't have an oven, the microwave is very helpful. However, I could do without it as long as I had the Instant Pot.
Yeah, you know,
That Instant Pot was very helpful.
Honestly, though, if I'm being 100% serious, inside the Little Guy Max, that is valuable storage area. I would just get rid of the microwave.
But then you wouldn't have any way to heat up your food.
I'd figure something out.
You just eat it cold, wouldn't you? Susan said, how were the pot pies you guys had the other day?
Ooh.
They were amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So we will do we didn't film us eating that craziness. We did film ordering and at the restaurant and all, but...
Well, we'll just have to have them again.
Yeah. Whew, man. I tell you what, those pot pies are really good. I got the elk. It was fantastic. And I was a little worried when I had the Mountain Man burrito. Now, we did film that when we were at the restaurant. I got the Mountain Man burrito, and that had elk, bison, and antelope in it. And I was like, oh, I hope this isn't gamey. But no. Oh, man.
It was very savory for a burrito.
Yeah.
But the pot pies, I was boring. I had the chicken. But I figure that's a good way to judge it because I've had lots of chicken pot pies in my lifetime. And
go ahead, make yourself feel better if you want. No, but
really
no,
good.
I get you. Yeah, it was fantastic. It was really good.
While we were there, they let us try. She cut up a piece of their chocolate croissant.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Flaky, so wondermous.
So Mountain Mama's is a bakery here in West Yellowstone. Worth a stop. A little pricey.
I saw that bill. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was a little bit more expensive than what we expected, but the food is made from scratch right there, and it is fantastic.
And to be honest, we bought breakfast and dinner, and I got those pickled quail eggs that I'm gonna be eating those here pretty soon. I'm gonna film that. So really, I mean, at one sitting, it was like, wow. But when you think about it, we actually got some extra food and we got breakfast and dinner. So it wasn't too bad.
Coffee.
And coffee too, yeah.
As far as I know, it's the only place in town that is serving Starbucks coffee too. So if you are a Starbucks fan, that's where you can get your Starbucks fix.
Come on, don't give our coffee video away now.
Yeah, okay.
They're gonna be like, I heard that on the live.
Secret.
I heard that on the live stream. I'm done.
See the benefit you get from tuning into the live stream. Forgotten Winter said, stopping by to say hi. I can't hang today, too much to do, but have a great week. We appreciate even stopping in, saying hello, checking in, and people that even just like David and Susan the other day when they couldn't make it, just sending us a message. Yeah, we appreciate that. So thank you.
The fact that you take time out of your day to just stop in and say hey or send us a message that you won't be here, it truly means a lot to us. Because Kerry mentioned before, we see it as a family, we see it as a community. Y'all who join us here on these live chats are very, we consider you friends. So it's nice getting that little touch from y'all every once in a while.
So I think I know what this is, because Liz had told us this before.
Okay.
So Kenny said Blackstone is the bomb, and I think that is like that grill.
Yes.
That you can bring outside, or the little stovetop type thing. Yeah. So if that's what it is, yeah, I've seen one, and I wouldn't mind getting one. I'm
pretty happy with my grill that I have right now, but I didn't know about Blackstone really then when I got it. I mean, I did, but I didn't have a clear view of it. I probably would have got Blackstone now.
Oh, yeah, I would. Dennis said, geez, you guys are making me hungry with all of this food talk. Well, come to West Yellowstone. And there's lots of great food here so far. We will probably hit every restaurant here before the end of summer.
It's our duty.
It's our duty, and
it's all for the channel.
Really, there's not that much because West Yellowstone is not that big.
Yeah.
There's only 1,200 people that live here year round, and if you look at the post office, their claim to fame is they process annually about 2,800 packages per year. Yeah. I think,
that's not very many.
Shoot, I would get more than that packages at our house from Amazon.
From Amazon, I know.
Year. That's the real reason why we full-time RV. Russ wanted to stop my Amazon addiction. Bill T said, I'm out of the bad place for now. Magnetron is the PowerPoint of a microwave. It's a real thing, LOL.
I think you were thinking of Megatron. Is what you were thinking of when you said about a transformer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Cool.
He said they arc and spark when they go out. There's no fixing them, just replace the unit.
Yeah, and I would think it was something like that before we had the hum when Kerry was turning the blow dryer on, so I don't know if there's something in our unit, and it may have ruined the microwave, but we are planning on getting a new microwave.
Yes, Chuck, he did just say that.
What?
He said Wondermus. Did Russ just use the word Wondermus?
No way, I did not.
We can really rewind this video later on. And
I do not recall saying
Wondermus. He would
Wondermus.
not pick that up if you didn't say it.
Wow.
Wow.
I wonder in what context I used it in.
But you have been known to say that word. So we're going to have to...
I don't think so.
I don't remember the context, but I'm going to find it and put it on there. We'll do the Instagram review of it.
Hashtag Wondermus.
Two said we're coming for some candies. I am working this afternoon from noon to 5.
Yep.
So everybody get in your car, come down to Outpost.
Isn't there a little thing that... do we want to announce that now?
We can.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was having a conversation with my boss over the last night. Anybody who goes into Outpost Sweet Treats.
That's a loud truck.
Yeah, they got to get a fire.
Muffler. So anybody,
if you come there and you buy something and you take a picture of it and at us on Instagram with your picture. So, because sometimes you might get there and I might not be working and you might miss it, because we had Karen who actually went to the store the other day that did that.
Yeah.
But do that, take a picture with what you got, showing that you went to Outpost Sweet Treats. We will enter you into a contest, and at the end of this summer, we're going to take all the people that did those submissions.
Send out some candy bags.
We're going to get a big candy bag and send it to one of you. And I'll tell you, the candies there are fantastic. And they do have some sugar-free packages that we could pull together. So if you're diabetic, we could still work with that.
Yep. So what Kerry was saying, at us, that's Instagram, tag us at theroadsweroam.com_. Check out our Instagram account, follow us there. But it's a great chance to win candy.
Judy's here.
Hey, Judy Payne.
Yeah, Judy Payne's here.
Thank you for joining us, Judy.
Yes, we will be going back to Mountain Mama's.
Oh, of course.
We will. But yeah, we had just started talking about the candy promo type thing last night, so we're going to put something more formal together to give you all the details. We'll put it on the blog as well.
But since you're here, we'll give you the skinny, and the early bird gets the worm.
Natman said, ask him if you can use that hat in the show, Chuck. He's talking to get Bronson. Oh. Yeah, you'd bring him in. Hat Man. You got Natman Allen. You could be Hatman Russ.
There you go.
Handle. We've got Buddy the Jeep Dog.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Hey guys, just got back from Cumberland Gap Historical National Park. I haven't heard of that one.
Cumberland Gap. I have. I can't remember where that is.
I figured you would have because you're the history guy. Oh, Daniel Boone's Stomping Grounds.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
If I had continued to read, I would have seen that. Worth checking out if you're in the area. Yeah, and then Christina Pitsley had commented earlier that how we have to go to Gettysburg.
Oh, yeah. I've never been, but when we get back out that way, of course, I'm a big Civil War fan. I'm more of a I'm a huge history fan, and I like Civil War stuff, but I love Indian War stuff. I do a lot of reading on Indian War stuff, but Civil War is fantastic too.
All right. This is the voice that you know you cannot question. You may doubt me. You may doubt Chuck. You cannot doubt Stacy.
Oh boy, what's Stacy saying?
She said, "Oh, you sure did say Wondermus, all right."
All right, if Stacy says so.
Stacy is like on it. She is really good. Somebody asked a question about what generator we used with the little guy Max, and she was able to respond to them before I was able to get to it, and she knew what vlog episode we showed it at and talked about it and all that. So thank you, Stacy. Your eagle eye is always appreciated. Yeah, we're going to be we've had a lot of questions about our generator, so we are going to be doing a video on that generator, and it's fantastic. It runs everything in the little guy Max, not a problem, including the air conditioning. That's the main reason people usually want it, but we'll do a video on it. We don't even need it right now for this, but it's such a good generator. I don't want to get rid of it, and I haven't figured out a good place for it yet, so until we get back to our storage unit, it's under our dining room table at the moment. Yeah,
We're thinking about it. So we're hoping the little guy Max doesn't sell now because we signed a contract with a consignment place to sell it. So we're waiting out. We've got 90 days, and if it doesn't sell, then we'll be very happy. I'm gonna go back to Vegas, get the little guy Max, put it into storage, and we'll keep the generator for that.
Yep. And then we can do some occasional trips throughout the year.
Yeah, we're excited to get out with our little guy Max too.
Oh, Donna said she was at the dealership yesterday, and she's been starting the upgrades that she's been wanting to do.
Fantastic.
They are contacting New Camp to figure out installing the airhead toilet. That would be interesting because we had thought about it and considered it for a little while for the little guy, but didn't know what was involved in swapping that whole bit out. And I'm sure, see, now that we don't live in it full time, if we wind up keeping it, we could take it back to little guy even maybe, because I know that they've done some upgrades for some other people.
Yeah, you know,
but we could leave it there for a little bit and we're not left homeless.
Yeah, if we went back to little guy Max with it, or Liberty Outdoors, the first thing I would do with that is take out the toilet, put in a composting toilet, and then put in 2 gray tanks with that. I would have them do that in a heartbeat.
So Donna said, check the local temps so the chocolate doesn't melt. So an interesting thing about that, the place that I work at, they had to order in all their chocolates before June 1st because you cannot ship any chocolate after June 1st because they can't guarantee that it won't melt. And when we do this giveaway, it will be after Labor Day at the end of summer. So we would be within a good amount of time. But of course, Donna would think that because Phoenix is one of those areas that you always have to worry about.
Phoenix, you have to worry about chocolate melting in January.
No kidding.
It gets warm there.
My father sent me some chocolates for my birthday one year, and we were living in Vegas, and it was just a big goopy, it still tasted good, but it was a big goopy. It melted and then it cooled again, and so it was finally edible, but it didn't look very good. So no worries there, we'll take care of that. Hey, my birthday is going to be in 2 weeks.
I know.
Have you started shopping?
I know what I'm getting you.
Oh, you do?
I do.
I'm not getting a hat like that.
It's not like physical. You're not going to be able to take it with you, but it's an experience.
Are you going to sing a song for me?
Yes, that's it. No, you'll like it. You'll like it.
Carl's here from Eugene, Oregon.
Hey, Carl. Thanks for joining us.
I did it for Carl. Barefoot Adventures.
Hey, guys.
Do you like reenactments? I've never been.
I love them.
I've never been to one, so
Yeah.
that's something on my to-do list. I would love to do.
Of course, I like going to reenactments. Yeah, yeah. You know, I was just thinking there are 3 local boys in here, and when I say local, I mean Hawaiian. You've got myself, of course. You've got Carl, and you've got Natman Allen. We all have Hawaii ties.
Well, you're not allowed to all start talking pidgin because then the rest of us won't
Nobody
be
will
able
know
to
what's
follow.
going on. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Don't worry about it. We've got mics.
Okay.
We have the world's
Hopefully you can hear us.
second loudest truck pull in and actually just hang out in the parking lot of the
parking
apartments next to us. So
you'll probably hear them for the next 10 minutes, but they're pulling away now. And then, what is it, towards the end of the show? Church should be letting out here soon.
yeah,
so you might
well,
still have
they had
activity.
the sacrament meeting starts at 10. This is a Latter-day Saint church behind us. Sacrament meeting started at 10, so I would imagine it's probably over by now. People start coming out. But you've got Sunday school and priesthood and all that stuff. So, yeah, I know a little bit about the Mormon church.
Just a little bit. Barefoot Adventure said, wife loves chocolate and wine. Who doesn't? Really?
I don't know very
Who
many
doesn't?
women that don't.
Judy says, I'm taking a trip from Georgia to Niagara Falls, the
Oh.
Adirondacks, Bahama, and Williamsburg, Virginia.
Wow.
This is a car trip, no RV.
Hey, you know what? That sounds fantastic. I've never been to any of those, but I've heard lots about them. I had a chance to go to Niagara Falls when I was a kid, but all I wanted to do, we were up in Canada visiting family in Nova Scotia. All I wanted to do was get back and hang out with my friends, so I missed Niagara Falls. And I know you did the same thing. You didn't want to go to Niagara Falls when you were a little girl, but Bahama, and is that a good New England accent?
Brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
Brilliant.
And
he loves trying to get that New England accent down. He tries. He really does.
In Williamsburg, I think is what she said. Yeah. Oh man, I would love to go to all those places.
We should just have Judy plan our driving itinerary.
Yeah. Well, we'll live
She's our travel.
We'll live vicariously through her.
Natman says 2 grays and a nature's head. So I'm assuming we're talking about toilets again.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that that's what you've had in the past.
Yeah. I like that setup.
Yeah, I mean, we have such a big tank now, but I still may consider doing that for the little guy.
Oh, of course,
as an upgrade.
It's going to happen.
Thank you, Barefoot. They gave me a happy pre-birthday wish.
Yep, it's coming up.
Oh, 3 for the road. My birthday is on Wednesday the 5th. Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday. Boy, that was hard for me to say. It came out, but just barely.
I went into the Air Force anniversary way back when, back in the early 90s.
I was like April 1st or April 30th?
30th.
April 30th is my going into the Air Force day.
And Natman said, that's Bahaba.
Bahaba.
Yeah, Bahaba. Barefoot's from Tampa.
Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at a weather report, their predictions for this summer, and you guys are supposed to be hotter than normal, which I would assume is more humid than normal.
My geography of Florida is horrible. Is Tampa on the coast? Tampa Bay, yes. Yeah, go to the ocean, go swimming. That's what I would do.
Photography classes for Kerry's birthday. Yes, I have yet to even have a lot of time to really get into YouTube videos. I want to go onto Udemy.
Yeah.
And I've seen a couple on YouTube that I could check out as well.
Yeah, that's not it, but that's a great idea. So maybe if I can't line up what I'm trying to line up, might do that. Thank you.
I would appreciate it. I'm open to give him suggestions.
Some great ideas.
Yeah.
I may have to sneak one of these lives in and say, what do I get Kerry?
After 27 years, he's got to think outside the box.
I know.
Donna said, I love chocolate. I'm a teetotaler here. I love loose leaf teas. And I used to have a lot of them when we lived in Wisconsin, and Russ would just go in and smell them and said, too earthy.
Smells like grass.
Yeah, it smells like grass, but I love loose leaf teas.
So there are some teas that I like. As I'm getting older now, I'm starting to like tea a little more and more, but back in the day, nope, wouldn't drink it.
Haas is in the room. Hi,
hey,
Haas. And we also have Mary getting in an RV.
Hey, Mary, thanks for joining us.
Donna said we need a Roads We Roam caravan.
That'd be cool.
I'm game for it.
We're thinking about doing some meetups here later on, maybe next summer time frame, I think. Or like this time next year, if we don't come back in this area. Meetups would be very cool. We'd love to, and not do like some camping meetups, not just like at a restaurant or something.
Yeah, well, and like a caravan, so we could plan like 2 or 3 locations and then the whole group.
That would be so cool.
Think about it. I would have loved to join in on a caravan when we first started, because there's so much you don't know, and just having other people with different levels of experience around you. You could still have another newbie right next to you, but they may know something that you don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then it just brings you up to speed.
The collective knowledge of the group. Yeah, yeah.
And then you still have the experienced group people. So I think caravans are just such an awesome way to meet people, to learn more, and just to share the experience a little bit more.
I agree.
I mean, I had fun when we were caravanning. We had 2 doves for a little bit.
Joyous Voyagers.
Were there.
Yeah.
So
we had a really neat setup on that one. We would all take turns cooking dinner, and it was cool because you got to eat stuff that you normally wouldn't eat. So yeah, caravanning can be a blast, and we'll have to do that again.
Oh yeah. And Ace and Amanda, they can make really good food. What was it, the tacos?
The tacos were good. My favorite was the, they made some sort of noodle.
Oh, with the ramen noodle?
Yeah, it was just ramen, but they added the vegetables, carrots, peas, celery. Oh my goodness, it was so good.
So Judy said she's looking forward to the trip. She's never been to the northeast part of the country.
Well, Kerry's from the northeast part, so.
Connecticut.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's beautiful up there. Gorgeous time of year to go up there. Bar Harbor, is there a time, is there a season on lobster? Or can you always have fresh lobster up there?
Lobster, I don't know.
In Hawaii.
I can't have East Coast lobster.
In
I break out in hives.
Oh, yeah. Too much iodine?
I guess, yeah.
In Hawaii, I think it was, oh boy, I'm trying to remember here. They were, you couldn't get them in, and Natman may correct me on this. It's either you couldn't have them in months that had an R in it, or you could have them in months that had an R in it. So it's like May, June, July, August time frame were the times that you could have them.
That would sound about right.
Yeah, yeah.
The rest of the year it's frozen, I would imagine.
Not in Hawaii, it's not.
Barefoot Adventure said the Marines had, he's former Marines, or always a Marine.
Semper Fi?
Sorry. And had my birthday in boot camp. So did I.
Wow.
I made sure not to tell a soul. I knew. My uncle was an Air Force recruiter, and he told me ahead of time, he said, just don't even mention it. Don't even mention it. So I didn't, and I was able to get through unscathed. So I hope you were able to as well.
I messed up day one. Day one, I walked in, and I used to be really particular. I used to get, like when I would eat with somebody, if they would even burp, I'd be like, oh, I'm done. I can't eat anymore. So I used to be really particular about who I sat next to. And I didn't want to sit next to anybody, and I just walked in, and there's like this chow runner, and they stand like this telling you to go down that aisle of tables. I kind of walked around them and went to a table all by myself. And
so real quick, for those non-military people, the military is very orderly.
In basic, yeah.
In basic training. So they have, you go through the line, and then they have people that are showing you where to sit, and you just have to go to the very next available seat.
Exactly. So I went around this guy, sat at a table by myself, and then, I went up and sat at these long tables in the front of the chow hall by myself, and that turned out to be what is called the snake pit, which is where all the TIs eat. And all the TIs, they knew that I wasn't theirs because I was wearing civilian clothing still. That
Which they
brand
call
new.
rainbows.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the uniform yet.
So they're all talking to me, you know, hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh, pretty good, sir, you know, and that sort of thing. My TI comes out, sees one of his rainbows sitting up at the snake pit, and flips out, holy you know, IT. And next thing you know, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the next 7 days, I'm sitting up at the snake pit eating with the TIs, and they're like, and they call me Airman Special. They're like, Airman Special, would you like some more ice cream, Airman Special? So everybody,
you're not supposed to have that.
Yeah, in basic training, the thing was, if I could just make it from breakfast, if I can make it to lunch, I'll be okay. If I can make it to dinner, I'll be okay. If I can make it to breakfast, that sort of thing. And I just hated breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right, back on track here. That's my story.
So Natman
Day
said
one.
His oldest boy, Hokukane, June 6th, turns 32 years old. Oh my God, I'm old. We're right up there. Our daughter will be turning
27.
Yes. And yeah, she's already stressing out. She's like, I'm old. I'm over the hill now. I'm like, what do you think I am then? So getting an RV said, I think 27 years means get a new Jeep. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. But
yeah, and Jeeps are a good vehicle because you can flat tow them.
yeah.
So,
and we could tow the little guy if we got the right one.
yeah, problem is that we have made a promise we're not going to finance anything. So, and Jeeps hold their value. Man, Jeeps hold their value.
Yeah, they do.
So, and I'm talking about like a Wrangler or that sort of thing, not like the Jeep Cherokees or something. But yeah, they hold their value. So,
well, speaking of those older Jeep Cherokees, when our son was graduating high school,
the old ones,
the really old ones, we tried to find one for our son. He was getting a car, and just an old, used, beat up, we could not find one anywhere. And the ones that we did were far away and really expensive. But those things last forever.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Buddy the Jeep Dog had a tip. She said, Kerry, I like Tony and Chelsea on YouTube for photography.
Oh.
So have you heard of them yet?
I have not.
So there's a tip for everyone. I'm going to check them out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic.
Have you ever had chocolate tea? No.
Wow.
But that sounds
That
really
sounds like the kind of tea I'm down with.
good. We could try that. I'm going to look for that.
Yeah, like lemongrass? No.
3 for the Road said, we're so excited to start going to meetups and caravanning when we officially hit the road in 2020. I think it's the best way to really jump in and gain your confidence with a lot of things. So go to meetups, you know, if there are caravans, like we had mentioned before the Bob Wells one.
Mm-hmm.
That's more for, you know, the full-timers that are really, like, he runs cheap RV living. So if you want to live really frugally, that's the type of group that are going to be there. You'll get a lot of tips and tricks.
Yeah, there's some good people there, but then there are, this group of people is not bad by any means, but there are some like really serious nomad people, like the luggable Lou all the time type people, you know?
Your mom sent me a picture one time. Somebody did an attachment to the back hitch, you know, the tow hitch.
Oh yeah,
where
that's
it had
cool.
like a toilet seat thing. I said, we are never getting that far.
That's kind of cool.
That is not happening with me. I'm just saying right now that we've got bathrooms. We have a bathroom in the little guy.
Yeah, well, with these tanks, I really don't worry about it anymore, but I did worry about it in the little guy.
Barefoot said you could have a round table talk about camping topics. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are just so many things. And one of the reasons why we opted to document our first 6 months the way that we did, where we knew that our biggest thing that we said over and over again was we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
And we also knew that after we were in this for a while, you kind of lose sight of the simple things that are big stressors at the beginning because they seem so simple now.
Yeah.
So we were able to capture those moments on, we don't know what this is. This is a big issue for us. This is stressful. And then you've got these old timers that are like, really?
Yeah.
that's really
and,
basic.
yeah, exactly. And that's why we did a daily video for 6 months. It was just so we could document and tap into the collective knowledge of everybody else out there. So that was daunting. That was a lot of work. We're going back to trying to do
5
videos a week.
So just to kind of, and I'll post this, I plan on doing that like on the front page of our blog so people know in case you forget. We'll be doing Tuesday videos, Thursday videos, and Saturdays. Yep. And then our live streams on Fridays and Sundays. Yeah. So 5 times a week. Barefoot said, Donna and I have something in common. She lived in Connecticut briefly. Okay. And then Barefoot said, I lived in Maine 3 years, in New Hampshire for 6 years. Wow. The changing of the leaves, yes. You've got to go to the end of September, beginning of October, and it is just magical. That is, I don't miss the East Coast very often, but I do miss fall. Yeah. And that was one of the things I did like when we lived in Wisconsin for a while, and I worked at Beloit College. We just happened to go that when I was looking for a job, I happened to go there, and it was during the fall, and that campus just reminded me of New England.
It does. It has a New England feeling. Yeah.
There's so many trees. It's just such a gorgeous campus. If you're ever going to do a college visit to Beloit College, go in the fall, and you will fall in love with it.
They got a lot of maple trees.
Do not go in January or February.
Yeah, you won't.
Hate it.
Yeah, unless you're from Alaska.
Yeah, then you be strutting
right
around
at
in
home.
shorts, and you'd be all set. Judy says, I'm having East Coast lobster. Hope I don't break out. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that for me. But anytime I've tried to have lobster on the East Coast, I will break out in hives. But I've had it on the West Coast, and I've been good.
In Hawaii, too?
And so somebody's explained to me before that the difference in the...
It might be the cold water.
Yeah, the mineral content or the iron content in the waters is probably what's affecting me.
I think it's the iodine content from the cold waters. Yeah. I fortunately don't have that problem. I can eat shellfish all day long, and if I could afford it, I would do it.
Okay, so Barefoot did not escape unscathed on his birthday during boot camp. Oh. He was attacked by other guys in the head, and they covered him in shaving cream and then had to come to attention with shaving cream all over the drill sergeant. It took the drill sergeant everything not to laugh.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, that's the best though, when you see the drill instructors or the TIs sit there and they know, you know, they've got to ream you out for something, but they are just dying inside just to laugh.
Oh, the stories they must have.
Dave and Lynn are here. They're
hey guys, thanks for joining us.
But they had breakfast with the kids.
Fantastic. That's more important than this. Glad you joined us.
I wish we could have, I mean, the last time we had both our kids together, I think was when we were in Hawaii.
Boy, 3 years ago.
It's been a while. Yeah. I mean, we've spent time with both kids in different time spans, but having them both together, we just haven't had that in a while. So very, very lucky. We're happy for you.
Yes.
Let's see. Donna's brother was Marine in Vietnam. You know, my daughter, or our daughter, is at LA Air Force Base, and she said they had this special retirees ceremony this week, or yesterday actually, on base. And she said they honored the Vietnam vets that showed up, and she said it was this huge ceremony where they gave them the welcome that they never got when they came home before, which I thought was very moving.
That's those are the veterans that I feel the worst for. It was a very unpopular war, unpopular stance, and they were just doing their duty, and they were treated pretty poorly.
So Natman, you know, when you're talking about the R's, he said, I don't remember if that was the rule or a Kama Aina rule. Tutu would say cold months, meaning colder water.
Okay, yeah.
For those who don't know, Kama Aina is a local.
Local, yep.
And Tutu is Hawaiian word for grandma.
Yes, that's what I call my tutu, my grandmother.
3 for the road RV. Their oldest turned 34 in May.
No,
see, we've got
fantastic.
all our kids all right around the same age. We should have them all do a get together. Travels with Delaney. We're late, but we are here. Hope you're having a great Sunday, enjoying a glass of the Flirty Bird Sauvignon Blanc on our front porch.
Yeah, that's an interesting wine. We hadn't seen that one.
Yeah, it's a good price too. I think they said $3.99.
$3.99. Yeah, guys. Travels with Delaney has a I think they call it the Friday night wine down.
It's on Facebook, right?
It's on Facebook and Instagram. Check that out. It's pretty cool. I mean, you learn a lot about wine. Kerry and I are not wine experts by any means.
No, I never really used to drink wine until we started doing this.
Yeah, so I watch those and I learn a little bit about it, and I think they get most of their wines from the Aldi's area.
Do you remember, what, 10, 15, maybe 20 years ago, when they would have like the Friday night lineup of all the top TV shows, and that was like must-see TV on NBC and stuff like that? Well, Friday night, between Travels with Delaney and our live streams, we're your Friday night entertainment. We got it covered. But when they mentioned they were having the wine, they said, oops, it was supposed to be coffee, wasn't it? Well, not a hard and fast rule.
Yep, whatever you want to drink.
That is right. I mean, I'm still thinking about Stacy's drink with her salted caramel bit. But, hey, I'm up for that, except I've got to go to work. Oh, and that was horrible. The Friday, I had my glass of wine, but I didn't have dinner yet. And then I jumped on the bike. And
Did you get a little buzz?
No, I wasn't buzzed, but it was just, I just had wine sloshing around in my stomach as I'm trying to rapidly ride my bike down to work. I was like, oh, I probably should have had something.
You probably should have, yeah. That would have been a good idea.
So, better prepared next time. Plus, Mary said it's way past coffee hour in our area. So, see?
Yeah.
What is it, Jimmy Buffett? It's
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. There we go. And they just ate lunch, too.
There you go. Yeah, we've done it where we've had soda, you know.
So Two Doves said, see y'all soon. I imagine they got to hit the road. They should be heading into the park.
Yeah.
I can't wait till they get all settled and we can go crash in and be those busy shoppers that they have to help.
Yeah. We'll have to swing in there and see them at their work camp.
Fish
something, yeah.
Fish something. I have the hardest time remembering that one. This is a new name I don't remember. Adria Chang. Yeah, I don't know if that's new. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. And she asks, if you were to start over, would you start with a bigger rig? No, I wouldn't.
That's a tough question.
I gained my confidence with that little guy.
So here's the answer for that, and unfortunately you're not going to get a yes or no, or it's going to be one of those kind of unanswered questions. Since the little guy Max was perfect for us learning how to do this life, and I think that's what Kerry led at. But we learned living in it full time, we needed a little bit more space because there's 2 of us, we have 2 dogs, and we're both still working. Kerry's doing some work camp stuff, I'm doing some consulting. So for that purpose, yes, I would. But the little guy Max was invaluable to teach us how to RV.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that's not a yes or no answer, but yeah, that's kind of where it is, I think.
I mean, I was really nervous about everything when we first started with the little guy, double checking, triple checking, everything. And I just think, even when we were trying to buy, I'd walk into these Class A's and fall in love with them. But just the thought of driving it off the lot, even though I know he'd be the one driving, terrified me. And the little guy seemed manageable. But if you are living full time, you do have to.
Yeah.
We got lucky that we were able to do this swap out 6 months, and really, I mean, with Russ's work, having that extra room to spread out and his equipment and the other stuff, it's come in handy. But yeah, learning with things simplified makes learning less daunting.
Yeah, yeah.
Mary asks, do your kids get together on their own? They haven't been able to. Brett just graduated college.
Yeah, so to answer your questions, Brett's been in college for a long time, and a lot of that, well, the last year of that, he was in Moscow. He's a Russian major at the University of Moscow.
Kiana was in Qatar.
Kiana was in Qatar. She was deployed in the United States Air Force. But now that they're both kind of, Kiana's in the LA area and our son Brett is in the Seattle area, they have talked about it and they do have plans to get together. It's funny because when they were growing up, my goodness.
They'd butt heads like crazy.
And we used to, so much so that every dinner I would sit down and I would say, the question was, what's the most important thing? You know, and they family. But now that they're older, they get along real well. They call each other, they talk to each other, which is, it's just fantastic.
So long for.
yeah. So they will get together sooner or later.
Well, and I also think that they're finally kind of in the same time of life.
Yeah.
You know, before Kiana was off doing adult things and Brett was still in school, and so now they're both, you know, trying to manage budgets and hashtag adulting and going through that stuff, and they can reminisce on how dorky their parents are. So Haas said, you've got, now remember he's from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
He said, you gotta love when the spring orange cones come out and bloom because of all the potholes that you get out there. So that's a springtime thing that you see a lot in Pennsylvania and a lot of those East Coast areas. You know, and that made me think of it out here. This parking lot that our RV spot is in, they fit in they plumbed it and did electric for 3 spots.
Yeah, but they're only putting 2 in here.
Because the third one, where the tar was, you can tell from all the snow and rain that they get, the ground moved, and it's just like these big waves.
Rolls.
There's no way that anybody could pull a rig in there and even try to think of leveling. It would be horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of grateful because that would force us to only be able to pull it out that way and back in, where right now it leaves it open, so there's another side entrance here we can pull.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too difficult, but it's just, you know, why take a hard route when the easier one is available?
Okay, so you had a better memory than I did. So Adria said she was on the live about 2 weeks ago.
I thought so, yeah. That name seemed familiar to me.
So my bad, my old memory. I must not have had my full cup of coffee, but thank you so much for joining, and I will remember you now. Donna said, I would love to take an empty van and build my own customized camper.
Yeah.
I thought of that. We thought of that.
We did. We looked at everything. We looked at Class Bs, Class Cs, Class As, different travel trailers. The only thing we didn't look at was a 5th wheel. We looked at doing our own van build. And now I think, you know, years from now, when we move out of this, we are looking at either doing a schoolie reno or a like a 40-foot diesel pusher.
Yeah, it would be a couple years away.
Yeah,
and the schoolie would be fun because I would want to design it.
To be honest, I think we're in this for about 4 to 5 years. Sounds pretty good. I mean, I love the unit.
If we have that even with the little guy, then we could still go hit all those other places and let the kids borrow it from time to time. Judy asked, what's the age difference of your children? 2 years. 2 years, 2 months.
Yep.
Kiana was born in 92. Brett was born in
94.
But what's interesting is the way their birth dates fell, and the schools out there, they were 3
years apart in school. Because Kiana started school in Hawaii, and Brett didn't start school until Las Vegas.
And the age requirements or the cutoffs are different. So Kiana started really early. For example, she graduated high school when she was 17, And she had her 18th birthday once she was in college. So
Yeah.
she actually went to college when she was 17.
Yep.
And Brett was almost 19 when he went, just because of him starting later when we were in Nevada.
Yes.
Donna agrees schoolies are so cool.
They are.
You can do so much with them, I think.
Yep.
And you know that those engines are built to get 200,000+ miles.
Yeah, well, diesels are always, you know, you can get a lot of mileage on those. And the main reason we like a schoolie is because we're interested in doing our own design, our own setup.
So yes, Haas, you were right, because he said, sorry, my comment made no sense after a long conversation, because I was trying to fit it in. But yes, it did get good feedback from the room when it was in there with the potholes. Russ just wasn't able to catch up.
Yeah.
And I didn't articulate it very well, which he is used to. I am the worst storyteller
Yep.
ever.
Yep.
I admit it. I own it.
Well, she'll quote, and her quote will be factually correct, but it won't tell the story. Because it'll be, I don't know, I can't even give you an example, but she'll give you the story, but the feeling is different.
I'm not a storyteller. I'm more.
So when Kerry starts telling stories, a lot of times, if Brett and I are anywhere near, we'll just, yeah, what she's saying is, no, be quiet.
Yeah, and I'm used to it. I don't take offense to it. So if we're ever caravanning and you see Russ butted like that, it's for your benefit. Trust me, it really is. It's one of those things after being married for so long.
Yeah.
Buddy, the Jeep dog, said her son and daughter went off to FSU 1 year apart. They share an apartment, and it's amazing how close they've gotten.
Wow.
I don't think our kids would have survived that together.
Yeah. Maybe
not at that time.
Maybe now they could, but man, those whole things. Brett would antagonize Kiana to the point where Kiana would lash out, and then Kiana would get in trouble because
she lashed out.
Neither one of us knew Brett was doing anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He was a sneaky little devil.
Yes, he was.
Although the best videotape we have, and maybe I'll find it when we get back to El Paso for the storage unit, we have all videotapes that we can convert. But this perfectly captures the way they were. It was Christmas time, and I was sending a videotape to my parents, and Kiana's sitting there singing one of the Christmas songs, and she's all cute and rocking back and forth, and then Brett just jumps in front of her and Power Ranger!
Yeah.
And you could just see the look on her face, like, why did you ruin it? Judy says she has a daughter and a son. Daughter's 27, son is 23. And the son is married with 1.5 kids. Oh, one on the way. It took me a second to figure that out.
I was trying to figure that out too.
How do you have a half a kid? Got it.
See, and that's where Kerry is. Her strength, she's much quicker. It takes me a while to catch up on things. You know, I just sit there and look. Come on, explain it to me, Kerry.
But Buddy says, I do a great job of moderating. I try to catch up as much as possible. I will skip some occasionally, but
it's tough. Yeah.
And if you do have something to say, I'm putting this out in the room. If you do have something to say and I've missed it and you notice I've gotten way down on there, feel free to just put it back out there again if you want to make sure that I see it, because I might have just missed it with the scroll, because I don't want to get too far behind.
Yeah.
And I won't be offended. Nobody in the room will be offended.
So there are difficulties she's trying to communicate and take part of the story. 2, she's trying to read everything so I know what's going on. 3, she's trying to look at what's being said, if it's directed towards us or if it's cross-room chat. So that's a hard job, and I think you do a great job.
I need a raise. we got to renegotiate.
All right, we'll sit down and we'll talk about it at your next review.
My next annual review. So you are going to be climbing up on the roof.
Yeah.
Later today.
Yeah.
We noticed, and we mentioned this before, when we did our trip to Little Bighorn.
There's a little bit of
rain.
Yep.
And Russ was driving and he reached up because he thought he saw some water, and his hand came back and there was water.
Just a little bit of moisture.
So we want to take care of that. We can tell from the roof line before that there was some patching done. So we got that tape.
No, we haven't bought the tape yet.
No, I bought it on Amazon.
Oh, did it get here?
Yeah, it's inside.
Okay. So yeah, we have some tape, but I think right now, before I do that, I'm just going to go with, I think it's Dicor, whatever it's at, self-leveling gray caulk, and we're going to give that a shot.
And then do we have to do anything else other than that?
Well, for now, there's that area, and then there's the area over the bathroom. Other than that, everything looks good. I just want to look at areas that might be problematic later.
We talked about this a lot when we had the little guy, how there is a sense of pride when you problem solve.
Yeah.
And you're able to take care of a lot more on your own. And I think maybe that's the psychological reason why all these RV repair places take 10 months to fix a simple thing, because then people are like, I don't want to lose my RV for half a year, so I'll just try to fix it myself. Do you want to hit that? What I was referring to, Russ had the low battery thing come up on his phone.
We're at 20%, so we're still good for a little bit.
And then Judy said, did you get my message? I know you like voicemails. So we mentioned earlier in the hour, we were having an issue getting them. They're there. We just haven't had a chance to get through all of them. I just found it a little bit earlier this morning. And we normally would get notified via email and onto my phone whenever they would come through, and we weren't getting any. And poor Russ, he was just in a funk because he's like, I'm putting the pleas out and nobody's giving the voicemails. And then I had to do some upgrades onto our website, and then I had to go in and update the SpeakPipe, which is the plug-in for that.
Yeah.
And when I went into the account, then I saw a bunch of them. So he's all happy. He's going to be listening to them this afternoon.
I can't wait to hear them.
And then we'll be following up with everyone. So thank you for your patience on that. And now we've got that resolved, so we won't be missing them
The
anymore.
reason why I like those so much is that we actually get to kind of put a voice to the people that that join us here, because we see you as little chat bubbles, and we get to see what you say, but to actually hear and humanize that, it's a cool feeling.
So Donna asked, who designed your logo?
I did, yeah.
I came up with kind of an idea. And that's kind of what we do. I throw out a random idea, and if it's something artistic in nature, he'll kind of run with it and finesse it. And then he showed me and he said, what do you think of this? And it captured perfectly what I had in mind. So
that's kind of, what I like to do. I have, I do a lot of video work, but I also really enjoy Photoshop. Now the problem with Photoshop is it's not really a logo design program. That's more for like Illustrator. I'm trying to learn Illustrator because I'd like to add that to my repertoire. I don't know, but I'm good enough at Photoshop that I can use it to make logos. But I do all sorts of photo compositions. You can check out my other Instagram account, which is just photo compositions that I've done. And that is Russ, or R. Balberona, I think is what it is. Russ Balberona on Instagram. Space between Russ and Balberona. Yep. Balberona is B-A-L-B-I-R-O-N-A, by the way. Took me forever to learn that. I can remember our daughter was so upset in kindergarten when she realized not everybody had that same last name, and she wanted to change her last name to Lee because her friend that she was sitting next to only had 3 letters to remember for her last name, and she was saddled with Balberona. Trust me, I don't think I learned to spell my name until 7th grade. No, I'm just kidding. So Adria asked, do you use a checklist when you arrive or depart? We have one. I will upload by tomorrow morning. So give me by tomorrow morning, because you're not the first person that has asked this. When we met with Karen last week, she asked us. I will put up there what our checklist was for the little guy Max. And then what also we have for the Class A, just so people can see the differences between the two. Yeah, Karen said something kind of that I never thought of. She said, you should make a checklist and then sell it. She said, new people would buy that. And it didn't even... We won't charge it. It didn't even dawn on me that, that was an option. So. Oh, okay. So Buddy said, just a clarification. This is Buddy's dad, Bill. You keep saying she. My fault for hiding behind my dog's YouTube persona. but his mom watches too. Hi, Bill. Nice to finally officially meet you. Yeah. So this is Buddy's Jeep dog? Buddy the Jeep dog. Okay, gotcha. Bill. Yeah, I thought it was... That's an easy name to remember, not like Balberona. Yeah, I'm sorry. We got Liz Childers. Hey, Liz.
Coming in way late again. Hi, guys.
Thanks
Hello.
to see you, Liz.
We were talking about your Blackstone earlier in the hour because we were talking about microwaves and toaster ovens and all that other kitchen gadgetry stuff. So glad to see you here. Judy asks, how did you decide on your name?
Yeah, we had so many attempts.
3 notebook pages worth of ideas, and every time we typed one in, it was already taken.
Basically, The Roads We Roam was the first one that was not taken yet. I like it now. I'm glad because I think it fits us, but it was
into it, I think.
It was difficult because we went through, like Kerry said, pages and pages of names, and they were already taken.
So yeah, that's one thing that as you think about it, don't get totally set on something if you're going to do this until you find out that that it's not taken. Mm-hmm. We were able to get everything because we were branching out to a website and Twitter and Pinterest. So we were able to get everything except Instagram. Somebody else took it and they haven't done anything with it.
That's why we have the underscores between, the underscore roads underscore we. But that was the difficult part. It would be available for a website, but it wouldn't be available for YouTube, or it'd be available for YouTube, but not for website or Instagram, that sort of thing. So,
well, and here's another thing to remember. Let's say you really like a name and it's not taken on YouTube yet, but somebody's already done it on Instagram or Twitter, but they are not a good representative of what you want it to be. And because people could get confused. Let's say your name is The Roads We Roam, and you go to Instagram and somebody else already has it and they just have questionable content on there. Your audience may or may not know that, and then they may think
that's you.
That's you. So that's another thing that you might want to consider when you're picking a name, is to also see what other things are out there.
Even if you don't, so what you're saying basically is, even if you decide, I'm not going to have an Instagram account, check it to make sure it's not something.
And maybe do what the people did on that one. Reserve that name.
Yeah,
even if you don't plan on having an Instagram, it's taken so nobody else will take it, and then kind of give people the perception that that's you.
Yeah.
So it just things to think about there. Now this question was basically asked to me, but I'm going to let you answer it. Mary asked, Kerry, are you a list maker?
Oh, yes, but like unbelievably so.
I live by lists and sticky notes.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'm a list maker too, but not to the degree you are.
No.
It's very helpful though. There are so many times that Kerry's organizational skills have gotten us out of trouble or saved us a lot of trouble, so it's very helpful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, a great you can. It is an app that you can have, but I've been using this for years, even online. Check out Trello, Trello.
Yeah, you've tried to get me to use that so many times.
Oh, it's fantastic because it's kind of like Pinterest, but for your lists. And you can put anything on there. So you can create different boards. Like I have one for Brett. I have one for Kiana. I have one for you. And I keep all the info on there, like when you use.
And these are private though too,
yeah,
right?
You can have it private, or you can share the boards with people.
Okay.
So if you wanted to keep track of certain important dates and times, I knew Kiana and Brett over time would ask different things like, what was my address here? What was my address? They're asking me. I didn't live in some of these places, but I still have all their information. So that way when they call and ask, because they know I keep it.
Yep.
Arkansas Traveler said, I sold a pop-up camper years ago. The couple that bought it said they chose mine mostly because of the detailed checklist for setup and teardown.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
And that's a great idea for anybody thinking of selling their RV in the future, because you might get a newbie that is like, wow. I mean, I think it goes to show, just like when people keep records for their cars, you're like, if they kept those records
like that, it's a fantastic idea. And I, especially as a new person going into a used RV, not only do I have the knowledge of, okay, this is what we need to do with an RV, but this is what I need to do with this RV, this specific RV. That's fantastic.
Okay, guys, I hate to do this. But I have to get to work.
Carrie's got to go to work.
My alarm went off.
Yep.
Stacy said she's got to go, and she reminded me as well. She said, have a great day at work.
Okay, guys.
Oh, he didn't turn you off yet. He was just doing his low battery.
Yep. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Feel free to leave any comments here. If you haven't hit that like button on this video, please do so. Check out our Saturday video that just came out yesterday. There's some fun stuff in there, and we look forward to having live chat with you again on Friday.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already, but more importantly, I will be putting those lists up on our website tomorrow, theroadsweroam.com. If there's something on the list that you would like to see or make sure that I will cover, put it in the comments below, so then that way I can make sure to incorporate that into it.
Good point.
All right, that's all for today. Talk to you all later. Thank you so much for joining us this Sunday. All right.